Biggest mistake I ever made was when Nike stock was $1, $2, $3, I wasn't buying it. When Apple stock was $2, I wasn't buying it because I made the mistake of believing, well, I'm only in my 20s. I've got plenty of time. I'll never get old. And now if I want to buy Apple stock, I gotta pay over $200 for it, right? So my point is to say that as you're doing this journey, I would maybe use this as an opportunity to connect with friends or family and kind of talk through some of this.
Okay.
And you never know, maybe talking will help you find an opportunity to build another income stream at the very least with your current income. Remember, income is an opportunity to build wealth. So if you feel that you can push and stretch a little bit harder to pull a little bit more out for your investing, that might be good. I would also say that because I'm assuming you're in your 50s, perhaps, if it's okay for me to ask.
I am. I'm 55.
Okay, okay. I didn't want to be rude by asking that
No,
question, but you're
that's,
my
I'm
age.
glad to be here.
Yeah, me too. Me too, right? We made it through the 90s, didn't we? Yeah, and so given that at the stage that you're at, excessive amounts of risk may not be called for. And I would definitely be really careful because I've seen people in their 40s and 50s get caught up in really crazy crypto investments that are
Yeah.
borderline scammy. Where they'll go put, they'll have 20,000 in their savings, they'll put 18,000 of it into some 25-cent crypto, thinking that it's going to triple or something. Or day trading. Day trading is another wealth killer that I've seen. And so I'm not a big fan of any, or also MLMs, or just anything that takes a lot of your money. But that's another thing too. Like, so anybody, and I'm saying this to you, I'm talking to everybody else in here. If you start just accelerating your investing, do it with caution. Like, think of it like accelerating your car, right? You're taking your financial vehicle, and you're going to drive a little faster. So you don't want to just stick it to the floor because then you might lose control of that car. Sometimes I've seen people that I'm not going to say they deliberately take advantage of people's eagerness to invest, but it's very easy to become financially traumatized because there's like this range of investing that where you can be relatively safe and still let the money grow. But the problem is that that's not the most exciting area to be in. There's other stuff where it's like, oh, let's go gunsling and double your money in 6 months and all that. That stuff, I'm not saying it's not true. It can happen, but it's no different from a casino. If I go into a casino any day of the week, I'm going to find somebody that walked in with $1,000 and came out with $10,000 every day of the week. But most people don't do that, right? So ultimately, I would say don't go chasing waterfalls. S&P 500 companies, the Googles and the Microsofts and the Costco's and the Coca-Colas, they're going to pay you the dividends. They're going to give you the growth. They're going to give you the security. But then on top of that, if you got something going on with the real estate, maybe some of that can be leveraged into something else. And then I would say really the holy grail, the best win I've seen financially in terms of people trying to accelerate their path to investing is when they get together with friends and family and form almost like an entrepreneurship circle. Like the way we get together and do our economic elevation circle. If you get a little circle of smart people and you just all sit down and say, okay, let's just figure out how to make some money. Somebody's going to have an idea. And
Good.
and, and 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 by pulling everything together, you'd be amazed. I've seen families do that and literally create a business that was making $100,000 a month. And when you do that, it's like you're playing a whole different ballgame at that point. I've over talked my answer.